Hare Krishna. Yesterday we were talking about Pishachi Payalayata Mati Channahai. If one is caught by the Pishachi of the three gunas, then the soul becomes a conditioned soul who is Mati Channahai, means his intelligence becomes covered by Maya, isn't it? So what is that which covers us in this world, due to which we are not able to see Krishna and see things related to Krishna very clearly? Just like when you are going in an aeroplane, when you are below the cloud, you can't see the sun. When you are above the cloud, up in the sky, clouds are below and you can see the shining sun. Isn't it? Similarly, Krishna or his pure name is compared to the sun, and Maya is compared to cloud. The cloud cannot cover the sun, but the cloud can cover our vision of the sun. As Kunti Maharani is telling, Maya javanika channam ajnadokshadam avyayam na lakshyase mudhadrisha nato natyadharo yatha. She's saying. She's saying that sometimes on the stage, sometimes a girl who's doing Bharatanatyam, she's depicting the Dashavatara pastimes. So she shows different mudras, different abhinaya, different movement of her eyes and face and hands and legs. Only if you know what is Dashavatara, then only you can release that dance. Otherwise, you may wonder why she becomes so angry. Because she is depicting Narasimhadev. So, in the same manner, when Krishna comes and acts in this world, unless you have heard from Shastra who is that Lord Vasudeva, you are going to consider him an ordinary baby or a covered boy. One will misunderstand him. So therefore, in this world, all of us are covered by the cloud of Maya. We are unable to see Krishna. And the reason is very nicely illustrated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his book called Bhajan Rahasya. He says, Maya mugdasya jivasya jnyeyo anartas chaturvidaha hriddaurbhalyam cha aparado asatrishna tatpa vibramaha. He is telling there are 4 types of anarthas that cover our vision of Krishna. If you know what they are, and if you know how to work on clearing those things, then the cloud can be cleared and you can see the beautiful sun of Krishna. Sun like shining Krishna you can see, he says. So 4 things he says. Hriddaurbhalyam cha aparado asatrishna tatva vibramaha. So Hriddaurbhalyam means attachments, mental attachments. And aparada, you all know that 10 aparadas just now we recited against the holy name. There is Dhama aparad, Nama aparad, Vaishnava aparad, Seva aparad, different aparadas. And Asat Trishna. Sat means truth, Asat means falsity, Maya. Trishna means having great thirst for chasing after the mirage of Maya. And Tattva Vibramaha means not having clarity of vision about who I am and who God is and what is the sadhana to approach God and what is sadhya, not clearly having knowledge. Like Mayavadis think, I am only God, they think foolishly. And Sahajas think, I can directly approach Krishna without Guru. So all are sadly mistaken. So therefore we should know these 4 things that make a cloud. So say for example, you are going in sometimes you see vehicle going from Pune to Bombay, the trucks in Lonavala. So because they are heavily loaded, the trucks cannot move very fast. You've seen that? Like that they go. Similarly, our metal attachments make our journey very heavy. It is not very easy. Like you are climbing up a mountain, going trekking. Is it easy to climb up yourself alone or carrying a lot of luggage? So when we have too many luggages on our back, then we find the journey very troublesome with big heavy luggages, isn't it? So he says, Brahmaji talks about the Vrajavasis. See, the Vrajavasis were all married people They were having household, children, husband, wife, mother, father, and they were working in the farm, milking the cows. Are these not material attachments? How did they not become bound? For that, Brahma is giving the answer. Tavat ragadayastenaha tavat kara griham griham tavat mohongri nigado yavat krishna nate janaha. As long as one doesn't become a Krishna Jan or Vishnu Jan, for that person there are three big obstacles, he says. Tavat ragadayaste naha, his material attachments will steal away his Krishna consciousness. Tavat kara griham griham, his own house will become a jail where he never gets sadhu sangha. Tavat mohongri nigado, his moha or illusory attachment to his wife, children, family, that will become like a foot buckle, which even captures lion or tiger, like a buckle kind of thing. Mohongri nigado, and they bind him. But Vijayabasis were not having this problem because Yavat Krishnanate Janaha, they were Krishna Jan. Their hearts were sold out to Krishna. So, although they were living in family life with milking the cow and doing butter, always their lips were decorated with Krishna's holy name. Their heart was remembering Krishna's pastimes. Therefore, they never became attached, he's saying. This is the secret of curbing material attachment. Curbing material attachment doesn't mean you run away from family to Himalayas. Actually, one has to give the heart to Krishna, which is the glory of the Vrajabasis. Because material attachments are very difficult to overcome. And they can be easily overcome when you develop attachment for a sadhu. And through that attachment to a sadhu, you develop attachment to Krishna. That is what is the secret of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam says that. It says that Prasangam Majaram Pasham Atmanak Kavayo Viduhu Sayeva Sadhushu Kruto Mokshadvaram Apavritam. The door to liberation opens by attachment to a saintly person who teaches you about Krishna. And then you get Krishna's attachment. Then in this world, material attachments to opposite sex or material attachments, relatives and friends, they all become purified. One will not be stuck in this material world. Which means when you are going in a truck, when the load is very heavy, it becomes difficult to go. Whereas when material attachments are gone, you can swiftly go very easily. So the method of clearing the material attachments is not to forcibly become detached like some of the religious people teach you. And that kind of thing is not done by the Vijayabasis. Actually, one should know our Vidura's heart was attached to Krishna, although he was living in the palace. Therefore, he could go on a pilgrimage to see Krishna. He was Uddhava, for example, is always remembering Krishna. Akrura is always remembering Krishna. Bhishma Pitama, living in the middle of dirty politics in Duryodhana's Sabha, he never lost his Krishna consciousness. Even in the battlefield, when heads were flying, he was exchanging love with Krishna because his heart was with Krishna. So we should learn the art of connecting our heart and lives to Krishna. And even in the midst of doing job and living with family and everything, we will always be with Krishna always. So in this way, our burden of material attachments will not pose a burden anymore because there is a helicopter which will lift the burden away. It will lift the whole truck and take it very fast to Bombay. And that helicopter is Krishna's attachment. In this way, in the next 3 days, I will tell you the other 3. So, if one learns about these 4 anartha clouds, then you can work on clearing the cloud so that you can chant the holy name with attention and prayerful approach. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees or ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrindaki Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki